the side of HomeBois, or early game for the side of Geek Fam. So, in general, I would say this is a quote-unquote balanced draft between two teams.
Well, both teams have done it all the way up until now. This is their moment to be or not to be better than great, or to be unable to compete with the best of the best. Team HomeBois goes up against Team Geek, and look at Zorn. He's just going to annoy Neil at the early game. He will take the retribution out. He didn't take that retribution out, but he might lose his life. That's too early. That's too early. That's too early. First blood for Team Geek, fam.
Hey, you know what? You did say HomeBois plays 4v5, so this should not bother them, right, Wolf?
Yeah, for sure. They did kind of force out some rotations from a boy, and the flicker was also expended. But they didn't stop the farm from Nail. And the only good thing here is that Chibi is uncontested. So the Joy having a great time in the early game, that's always a good sign.
So right now, honestly, the way that HomeBois is playing the game is really for Zorn to slow down everyone from Geek Fam, giving an advantage to Chibi, but right now Zorn.
Not having that flicker will punish him so hard. Zorn goes down, but he might just lose many bodies. Chibi manages to get that kill alongside with Warlord. The tie. Everything, it's 1-2-1.
Yep.
2-1. Oh, they tied the team fight, but not the score.
Yeah, but Chibi getting level 4 and getting a kill means that I believe that in the first turtle fight he might be level 5. Nail, fortunately though, 1-0-1. The fact that he didn't die though, that's a massive escape coming out from Geek Fam.
Right now, honestly, it is going to see HomeBois, the way that they play throughout is controlling the river. They want to make sure they secure the turtles, the lords, and then translating all of those advantages to team fight victories on the side lane, and then eventually just dropping all of the turrets down. With this kind of setup, well, do you think that they can do it, especially now? Senpai at the top lane, it looks like he's struggling just a little bit.
He's running for his life, but oh, he just made it in time. Team HomeBois goes back, and they will lose.
Well, they
Sip
did
out for the turtle.
They did force out the final slash, but also the ultimate coming out from a boy. And I think that Sepat has a lower cooldown, but they weren't able to get into position for the fast turtle of Geek Fam.
Yeah, Zorn cannot just escape. His flicker being burned early is just punished so hard.
Right now, honestly, it looks like HomeBois, they have to slow down their pacing. Now, honestly, Wolf, is it fine for them to slow down, or is this a big detriment for them? Should this draft be working a little bit faster?
HomeBois, I think no. Geek Fam definitely yes, because they want to take advantage of their early game composition. I would say HomeBois though, it's not about like speed. Obviously they can scale the game. It's not about just the speed, but the fact that they have to take care of Ryzo. If Ryzo's flicker is always forced out, if he's not able to farm, then it wouldn't matter for HomeBois whether or not they have a better scaling.
I just like, even though Zorn is public enemy #1, whenever he TPs, I can hear the crowd wooing. Like, oh, it's TPing! What an amazing thing to do!
There are a significant amount of people who adore Zorn and kind of like what he's doing.
What about you, Yasu? You like what he's doing?
Actually, I have rooted for him to be one of the best, if not the best roamer in this tournament. But look here, we have Chibi melting down. Oh, what a really bad flicker. Punished out. Luke is out for Team HomeBois.
You can see in his head, he is trying to think, oh, Warlord!
What? What was that damage, Neil? What was that damage? But look at Bruno. Bruno is also bursting. Razel down. Double kill from Neil. He's just a Soul Reaper at this moment.
Oh my god. You know, Kyrie is a prodigy for sure, young prodigy. So is Krautizi. I think the next in line probably is Nael, if not Super Ken. And Nael just showed us how good he is, the mechanics. And of course, he also showed us how OP Nolan is. That hero is OP.
Oh, that hero is really strong. The only thing that's holding him back is just that people are trying to figure out how much damage he can output and then having the phobias. But now we see in M5, a lot of phobias are getting banned out.
The electrifying beast must be triggered by Chibi, but just in the time to do so. Peloyski is trying to find that opening, is trying to find his way through. A window can be created for Team Geek, found by the final slash. And Zorn with a flicker ultimate manages to make everyone in a crowd control position. No one can move. When Zorn speaks, look at Chibi. He might get Peloyski, but he decides to go back. Luke goes back as well. No casualties, only a turtle is down for the side of Team HomeBois.
It's going to be really good for HomeBois, but they did give so much outer turret energy shields for Marquee. Maybe that's the only part where Geek Fam had an advantage, but man, HomeBois.
But this is part of the reason why we were talking about how Bruno was heavily prioritized by the teams, just because you leave Bruno for just a bit,
Yep.
and then he just way too much damage for the amount of levels that he has.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Like, if he's not there, it's actually a bigger problem that he's not there.
Right, in the early stages, right?
Right.
Like, because it means if it's a 4v5 scenario, that means
You're
that you
losing
give-
somewhere.
Exactly. No chibi.
You might also lose your life here, but he managed to make a hook. Look at the Beloyski. He managed to make a nail escape. And Zorn is actually now in his comfort zone. Recalling, likes, that's Zorn.
No, here's the thing. If he has the wild charge, he's more confident.
Uh-huh.
Because even if he doesn't have the flicker,
Yep.
he can just bulldoze away.
How great is this? He's facing Geek Family's former organization. He pops the well played bro sticker.
No. Do it the Zorn way.
Well played, bro.
Exactly.
It's great. And
You're
I think
great.
he is the only one that can
You are
actually do
better
it.
than great.
You are
Oh.
better than great.
Thank you. I hope my mom hears that. Anyways, Ryzel now down in the bottom lane. HomeBois, they're losing, but not by much. Only the difference is like 500 gold.
I have a question for you, Wolf. What can make everything turn around for the side of Team Geek? But before we answer that question, let's see Chibi melting down HomeBois, making him use his black shoes. What can Geek Fam bring up to the table?
Lord Dance. I think if we lead up to 8 minutes where Geek Fam has a lot of farm and Marky, he gets the first Lord Dance, they win it, they take over. And then afterwards, Lord number 2, he has the Wind of Nature already. There's not much that HomeBois can do. So, yeah, it's the Lord Dance timing that we're looking for.
Yeah, after melting Chibi down, they know that there's no contestant whatsoever. Zorn is being hooked to the back line using his ult, but look at the bounty zone with the flicker. They are committed to take Zorn down. The Zorn way, flicker, ultimates, recall.
What does Zorn think to do?
Yeah, that's our
He
thing.
could have survived.
What do you call recalling in because I know that in Indonesia they call it like tas. In the Philippines like TP. So what?
Same as Indonesia.
Tas. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we just say recall.
Recall.
We don't say TP that much, honestly.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, we don't
it's
say
a very Filipino thing actually.
Anyways, going back into this game, I was talking about the goal lead wasn't that far, but now it's 1.3k goal lead for Geek Fam. Especially now that they have the Bruno, should they be start to moving together to make sure that they can basically grab all of the neutral objectives? Because right now, even though it's 7 minutes into the game, no team has gotten a turret just yet.
Yep. Okay, so to answer your question, yes, Lord Dance should be the next priority for Geek Fam. And like I said, first Lord Dance, they will not have the Wind of Nature, but they will get it the second time. And it is their way to kind of match up against Ryzel. Maybe another big item that they're looking for is the third item for Nail, because that means that they can burst down the member. Oh!
Uses that immortality really clever.
Yeah, right now Zorn is opening the map, giving vision for HomeBois, but at this point of the game, it is very dangerous for Zorn to be honestly showing his face, even though he does have the wild charge, but what are you going to use it for? Because you're just giving space for Ryzel, but Ryzel looks like he's not there yet. He's not really able to 1v5 the team just yet.
Yeah. That will be a big ticket combo later on with the wild charge plus the ultimate of the Ixia. Then you mix in the ultimate from coming up with Chibi. The fact that they have the Fire Mist to go with it, it allows Ryzel to kind of be aggressive in that regard.
I do want to see Warlord being aggressive because this is one of his signature heroes in MPL Malaysia, but lately he hasn't really been all that commanding just yet. It looks like he's being a little bit more passive.
He's actually he's taking so much risk. If you look at Warlord, he actually reveals the bush himself. And Zorn right now with the nice ultimate, but what can he save? Nothing actually. And Sipat comes from the back line. Final slash finds its place. Chibi. And Beloyski's trying to escape. Chibi finds him in the back line. Look at Nails trying to escape, and he does escape. Look at the ultimate flicker penalty zone committed, and Chibi is just out. Luke is here. No one have to be worried. Geek Fam gets back on top.
Great play coming out from Geek Fam actually for the counter. I would say the HomeBois, nice jump coming out from Sepat, but that kind of, that was an overextension coming out from Chibi. Surely he did take out Baloy, but Baloy is just a roamer. Not much value in that kill, and then he gets taken out. Now the Lord gonna be controlled by Geek Fam.
Yeah, knowing that Chippy cannot be here, they have to take their chances on that retribution battle. But look who's gonna get it. Who's gonna get it? There's so much time for the Nolan to get it. And Zorn right now, he doesn't have a flicker. He goes down, Marky with that damage. And Sipa cannot do anything but to dash around. He has to only dash around. Double kill. There's also a triple kill. A triple kill is here. He will survive. No way. Reizo finds his place, finds his position, and finds that kill shut down for
God,
Team
Baloy.
HomeBois. What a magnificent team fight.
Let me just say, Wolf,
Baloy.
what is Baloy on? Is it just because he's in the Philippines? Usually we see the KDA reverse like 0-7 and perhaps 2, but this is 0-2 and 7. Baloyski is stepping up.
Chicken Joy buff.
The what?
Chicken Joy buff.
Chicken Joy buff?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh.
Look at it. Okay, so you will only see what he did to
Yes.
save Nael as a very simple thing. He stunned the
I
Joy.
would say the entire game he's been saving a lot of his teammates.
Exactly. But that stun and the Joy is so important because it means that you cannot refresh your dash. So there's a little bit of timing to go with it. You don't just mindlessly stun the Joy. Because the Joy has CC immunity, it can refresh the dash. Even the Ruby can be used as a dash refresher, right?
Oh,
so that was very smart from Baloy.
Baloyski finds Chippy, but Chippy now is dancing around, electrifying beats. But here comes Zorn, and here goes Luke. Will Luke go away? He's going away, but just in a really slow matter of time until Luke goes down. Sapat uses his flicker, and Nail is just waiting until everyone is in the back line. Everyone is injured in the back line. He finds Zorn, and Zorn is out. He finds Zorn, and he also finds the other team players. Chibi is also out. Chibi is also out. The double kill is here by PSC. We might see a triple kill, but Nail goes down for Sapat. Sapat doesn't have a flicker, and he now goes down as well. Team HomeBois are facing a trouble. They are now facing the rage of Team Geek Fam. Oh, they are still facing the rage. They are still facing the rage. Oh, he will find him. He will find him. He just have to look right. He have to get this wipe out for Team Geek Fam.
I just gotta say, Warlord has to find a way to reset because throughout this entire match, honestly, the NetherRealm hasn't really been helping out the team because he's always uses it at a very wrong timing and on the wrong people.
And I gotta say, Nael is actually super duper aware of that happening because he actually isolated the guy that's not in the zone of the NetherRealm, then he takes him out.
Oh, Zorn might be the one who is out. He will be getting out of that or not. It's so hard to go out of it. And again, what was that NetherRealm?
Like I said, man, this is Warlord's signature hero, but ever since MPLI, it looks like, I don't know, is something lost in translation within the communication? Because it doesn't look like he's in that great of a shape just yet.
Oh my.
That's quite confusing, Wolf. What do you got to say about that?
There's no way to explain it. I think after the flicker, that was already Geek Fam like very happy because they know that the Grok, damage dealer doesn't have the flicker.
Grok might go away. Luke is here, and no one have used anything except for that hook and except for that Ruby, the signature hero. As you guys said, the Baloyski is special. He is the one who's tasting the most out of it. Zorn is out again and again and again without any trouble to have whatsoever for Team Geek Fam. Team Geek Fam now are just taking that Lord safely. Sapat is here, maybe Chibi will try to get a steal, but it's too early to go inside the turtle area. Sapat in the back line. Marky is trying to deal a lot of damage, and he does deal a lot of damage. Team Geek just dominated that Lord area.
Yeah, and again, it looks like HomeBois, they're a little bit unsure what they're going to do because I feel like Reizo is doing something else. Chibi is doing something else. And I feel like Warlord, he was thinking whether he wants to use the NetherRealm or not.
Oh, Chibi finds Nail after he wanted to try to go for an extra purple buff.
That's the thing with the Joy versus Nolan. In the latter portions of the game, it's Joy that has the advantage. Big miss. Coming off of big mistake, I would say. They did take out the Lord, but losing Nail in this push, that means that they might not be able to use the Lord. And I say that because it's HomeBois having the Ixia as well as the Faramis. So they have a lot of wave clear. Without, if it's a -1 situation, Geek Fam is not in a good spot. Fortunately for him, it's still just 14 minutes into the game. He will respawn in time. And look at the lane management coming up from Geek Fam. They're not pushing anything. They're even actually leaving the bottom lane.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying for a different approach to potentially get inside the base of HomeBois. Now, I kind of feel like I agree with what you're saying. The wave clear is there for HomeBois, but I kind of feel like, Woloski using the conceal, making sure that Ryzel goes back into the base.
Ryzel needs to find the perfect position just to make this defense work out, but from the back line comes Chibi, and Chibi is looking for Marky. Marky knows that Chibi is looking for him, and Woloski knows exactly the same thing. Look at Zorn! Look at Ryzel as well, but look also at Luke. They are all now doing more damage than anyone can take. Luke falls down, and there was a massacre. 4 people or 4 players are down. Only Marky is still standing tall. 1 inhibitor turret and a lot of casualties.
With 4 members of Geek Fam falling down, I would say it was successful defense coming in from HomeBois, but we're going to look at an instant replay here, Wolf.
I think that what you need to look at for this defense was the positioning and the timing out for Ryzel. Ryzel popped his ultimate when there's nobody else that can reach him. And there's the Faramis plus Ixia combo that's very scary, as we've seen. And obviously, the second final slash of that team fight, Sepat was pretty much on point, takes out Nael. And that means that that will be great defense from HomeBois. In fact, that's actually so good that they might have taken the tempo of the game just because of one clash.
Yeah, and now, okay, so we can definitely see the potential for HomeBois to protect the base, and now that the Joy is doing a significant amount of damage, Geek Fam cannot feel comfortable trying to end the game. And we can definitely see this by the movement coming in from Marky, where he's not forcing his position. If he doesn't have to be in front, he will kite back. So this is good coming in from Marky, and I feel like HomeBois should take note. It's not going to be easy to take down this Bruno.
How about that?
How about what?
Coming out from Woloski. I think it was great.
Catching Joy is not the easiest thing in the world. I tried. It's like trying to catch a fly.
Yeah. And that fly is Chibi at this point.
Oh, conceal here from the side of Team HomeBois. They are trying to find any opening. Anything right now would be the fit time, I would say, to do something risky. But Team HomeBois just falls back again.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this Grok has not been paying dividends for HomeBois. It's definitely, like you said, Will, before the draft started, probably the only not so great pick so far.
It's kind of out of place. That's what I'm I think about it. So Geek Fam are holding the Lord with Marky. Where is Nael? Into this rock or the bush.
Now they are dancing with the Lord. I would actually say that they are dancing with the odds as well.
But Baloy able to get into the L bush.
No one sees him so far. No one saw him so far. Oh my god, no one saw him so far. Now he goes, and now he takes a bat to the backline. But Warlord is activating that Nether Realm, and the burst damage coming from E-Boy. E-Boy trying to take Sapat down. Sapat is just one touch away, and the wild charge happening here. Ryzel manages to make that shutdown possible on Marky. Marky falls after a long time. The Lord and the odds go for the side of Team HomeBois.
Well, was that worth it? Like, they expended a lot, but they got Marky.
I think that was worth it for HomeBois for sure, because now they can manage their lanes. Fortunately for Geek Fam, that's a win-win scenario where they have managed to maintain the flow of the minions up top. And that means that even after Marky's death, they can still fight.
GP used his electrifying piece just too early. Will he be able to make it through? Will he be able to go to the Lord? Or will Nail be able to take it with the retribution? He does! He does take that Lord, and he also manages to get a kill over to Team Geek Fam. HomeBois,
the crossover
on to the back lines. They are just crumbling down. Zorn is having fun with Luke at this moment, and Chibi is trying to find anything at the back line. Luke is just a matter of time until he falls down, and down he goes.
I would say, man, it's been a while watching Assassins going up against Assassins.
I know.
I love this 1v1. I mean, sure, everyone else was around, but let's be real.
Let's be real. Come on.
It was a tango.
It was nice to see. A breath of fresh air. I haven't seen that in a very long time, and I'm very happy about that. HomeBois taking out Luke, and also taking out Marky earlier on means that they will not be will be able to defend. Geek Fam, however, they managed to equalize. 19 minutes in, we go for another refresh.
Yeah, and speaking of refresh, I gotta say, while we have the time, I don't care about the KDA, but Luke has been performing phenomenally.
I agree.
A lot of his ults actually hit
Yep.
the right target. We
Yep.
even saw once he was able to catch Chibi that
Yep.
he was unable to dash out of.
Yep.
Real-time
Yeah.
win rate right now, it is for Geek Fam. And I gotta say, it's something that HomeBois has to micromanage so many things. The way that Luke has been engaging, the way that Beloyski, in my personal
Yep.
opinion, counter-engaging. They're just waiting for HomeBois to be out of position, and then he just catches them.
Yeah, yet I have that feeling that Team HomeBois will come back once again. Zorn right now, he might use his wild charge, but just too late to use that wild charge. Beloyski is trying to deal, trying to make some crowd control to prevent Sapat from going back, and Team HomeBois manages to go back even though there was a lot of slowdown. What does it take for Team HomeBois to come back to the game war?
But before that, yeah, so Habibi, let me
Yes,
tell you,
Habibi, tell
there's
me.
this thing called the Castle Curse. The
Uh-huh.
moment you say HomeBois could come back, Zorn just ulted into nothing.
Yep.
So,
Well,
as commentators,
no.
don't-
I will not let you drag me into your curse,
just
right?
let's just not talk. The more we say nice about something, the better it gets.
Yeah.
Well, be neutral. Thank you very much.
All right. You know, in order for me to be neutral, I'm gonna say that I kind of feel like HomeBois actually might have the better situation
Oh,
right
come
now.
on.
No, I'm not.
All
I'm
right,
serious
all right.
because
Got
it's.
it.
I mean, like you would have to spend your ultimate, your penalty zone, for example,
Yeah.
onto Ryzel. So that's already a designated job for Luke. At the same time, they have to take care of Chibi. And even as good as Beloyski was landing all of the shots with a "Don't Run, Wolf King," it will expire eventually. And there's still the Faramis ultimate. So what I'm trying to say here is that late game is quote-unquote easier for HomeBois to execute.
Oh, so he does agree with me.
I would say in this kind of situation, the key player is definitely Ryzel. If Geek Fam gets Ryzel, it's basically over for HomeBois.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
but
that-
but
yeah,
if
that's
Ryzel
true.
made the good setup with Zorn, Team HomeBois will be the one taking it home.
Yep.
Either way, eyes on Ryzel.
Yep. Eyes on Ryzel. Eyes on Luke, actually.
No,
And-
look on eyes.
Look on eyes, eyes on Ryzel, Ryzel on eyes. Better
Eyes
than
look.
great, yeah, dare to be great, or to be better, or what? I don't know.
Oh, look at Zorn taking so much damage.
Oh, Zorn.
This is the Lilia problem that they have to face, but they did force out.
Oh, nail.
Yeah, on the back lines.
You have to just point out that Grok is weak against that magical damage. Grok right now uses the wild charge, but look at the back lines, finds the best targets possible. GB manages to take that Lord
nice
down.
down.
He's now dancing with Nail. He's now taking him down. Luke also will go down. It's just a matter of time until HomeBois come back again to this game. Recall after recall. Luke, it's again a matter of time. There's no way you can go and survive this. E-Boy is now trying to get Razor by
What?
Razor.
What?
Oh
Why are
my
they
god.
fighting? What?
Oh my god.
Why are they
Zorn,
fighting?
Zorn. Will he escape? It's impossible. It is impossible. Hey, Team HomeBois lose the Lord. But they win the Lord, but they lose that team fight.
Why are they fighting?
I
don't
have
know.
no idea.
What? You should defend Geek Fam. Oh my god.
Black shoes,
Ahoy.
really
No,
fast.
Jimmy!
Oh my god,
What is
Chibi,
happening?
what is this damage?
Hey, don't question it, okay? You're just an analyst. You don't know anything. Don't question it. They're players.
They're actually players, yeah.
They have the heart of a champion. And what does champions do?
What?
They fight.
They fight.
Okay.
They do other things, but fight is one of them.
That's right. But that was massive for HomeBois. Like I said, they have the easier late game, I would say. The fact that they're fighting, though, that's actually weird to me, especially after winning the Lord. That means that HomeBois will not be able to utilize their Lord.
Yeah.
How many Lords
Yeah.
have been wasted so far? Three?
Let's
Three,
see.
right?
Ichni, San, 3.
Three, Sun. Okay. So no one have got any benefit from that Lord. So I think at this moment they should just focus on the team fight, right?
Yeah.
Personally, for me, the later the game goes, kills matter more just because of the
yeah,
that's
the
right.
cooldown.
the respawn timer. It's so long at that point. Even if the opponent gets the Lord, who cares?
Yeah.
Just kill them.
Okay, so now we can see the real strength of HomeBois' composition, that that was already a good play coming out from Geek Fam, the pinch that we saw coming out from Nael. But he looked for the Grok first, which was interesting, and then the Grok got away after the immortality.
Personally, for me, I feel like it's just because he was just there. Might as well just kill him, right?
Yeah, that's true. However, what happened was during the red tree duel, what happened was Nael got stunned up. That's why Chibi got the retribution easily. And that's because of the Lord stun and also the wild charge being, it wasn't available that time, but yeah, but the knockup was important. But the wild charge allowed HomeBois to stop Nael for a while and force him to just walk and make the beeline towards the Lord. So what I'm trying to say here is that they forced Nael to be very low in that situation when it comes to HP.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into the 25th minute of the game where at this point the goal lead does not matter. It is all about the positioning around the map. How are you going to set up for these fights? How are you going to set up for the kills? So for HomeBois as well as Geek, jungle control, lane control, river control is going to be a big point. And Zorn just stole the buff. And you know what? That's worth a recall.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah, I think that the mental games also at some point matter. Look at Beloyski. He might be in the wrong position. He is at the wrong position, but he manages to flicker out of there. Zorn still have his wild... No, he doesn't have his wild shot, but he still have his flicker. He might make a good setup. Just, let's say, few seconds, and everything will clash.
I feel like it's worth it to talk about that Beloyski does not have his flicker as well. So when he's using I'm Offended, it's not going to be dragging the team out that far away.
Oh, HomeBois know where Nael is. And the only bad thing about the Stolen actually is you leave tracks behind when you're dashing.
So you kind of know where he's at.
You kind of know where he's at, you know?
A reverse Natalia. So now, HomeBois as well as Geek Fam, this is waiting for a trigger finger. Who wants to engage first? Usually, those that engage first loses, but somebody goes in.
Oh, look, right now he's final slashed away from his teammates, but he manages to find his way back. The Lord is still 22k away from being took from one of these sides. Geek Fam still keep on dancing with their Lord, dancing with their odds, and it's so far they do look nice. Look at, oh, wild charge. He manages to give some time for Chibi to take down the Lord. The Lord is down. Look at the Nether Realm in the back line. He manages to get his teammates once back on their feet. Team HomeBois right now are trying to escape, but Marky wouldn't let that happen. The double kill is there, and Marky takes Warlord down. Again, 3 are down from Team Geek Fam. Is it a finish? And they use it to its limit. They don't believe in mercy. They haven't showed one. They made Team Geek Fan knows pain.
HomeBois takes the first game in this best-of-3 series. And I gotta say, it was a well-drawn-out fight, Wolf.
Yeah, my goodness. You can see what Zorn did going up against the HRT Geek Fam.